Lifespan is one of the most mysterious features of life. It defines how long organisms live, how they grow, and how they age. But what if lifespan is not just a biological outcome shaped by evolution? What if it is also governed by physics, chemistry, and mathematical scaling laws? This is the core idea behind lifespan engineering, a field that explores how life expectancy is not just a product of genes and natural selection, but also of thermodynamics and molecular weight. It is not just about living longer, but about understanding what sets the clock of life in the first place. Let's begin with a basic question. What is lifespan, really? In biology, it's the amount of time an organism survives after birth, but under the surface, it's shaped by how fast cells accumulate damage, how well DNA is repaired, and how energy is distributed between growth, reproduction, and repair. These decisions are not just made by DNA, they are influenced by evolutionary trade-offs, metabolic rates, and even the size of the organism. A common example is the comparison between mice and elephants. Mice live for about 2 years, while elephants can live up to 70. Why? Mice reproduce quickly and in large numbers, while elephants grow slowly and invest heavily in each offspring. Evolutionarily, this means that mice don't need long lifespans. They focus on speed and numbers. Elephants, on the other hand, need long-term survival to raise their few young. This balance between reproduction and longevity is called the disposable soma theory, which suggests that organisms choose to invest in repair only as long as it helps them pass on genes. But lifespan is not just about evolutionary strategy. It's also about physics and scaling laws. Could we say that physics, not just biology, determines how long something can live? The answer is yes. For instance, small animals have fast heartbeats and high metabolisms. A mouse's heart can beat 600 times per minute. An elephant's heart beats just 30 times per minute. Yet over a lifetime, both animals end up with about 1.5 billion heartbeats. It's as if life is budgeted in a set number of beats, no matter the size of the creature. This idea comes from metabolic scaling laws, which show that many life processes, heart rate, energy use, oxygen flow, scale with body mass to the 3/4 power. This law applies to birds, mammals, and even some plants. It suggests that as organisms get larger, their metabolisms slow, their cells turn over more slowly, and their bodies age more gradually. In this view, lifespan is not just chosen by genes, but built into the math of biology. Now imagine applying the same thinking to our cells. Could we engineer lifespan by slowing down cellular damage? Yes. And that's where things get really interesting. At the molecular level, cells face constant threats: DNA damage, oxidative stress, protein misfolding, and mitochondrial decay. These are chemical and physical problems, not evolutionary ones. Cells must spend energy to repair damage, but evolution doesn't select for immortality. It selects for just enough repair to survive and reproduce. And it doesn't stop there. What about longevity at the atomic or quantum level? Some scientists are beginning to study quantum biology, how quantum effects in enzymes, tunneling reactions, and molecular vibrations might influence the efficiency of biological systems. Could we one day design life forms with ultra-efficient biochemistry that barely accumulates damage? Could nanoscale repair systems or bioengineered mitochondria extend life far beyond natural limits? While these ideas are still theoretical, they point to the possibility that physics could one day rewrite biology's aging clock. In another direction, researchers are looking at biological time control. Some animals, like turtles or naked mole rats, seem to age much slower than others of similar size. Others, like hibernating species, can effectively pause their metabolism for months. Could humans one day slow their cellular processes on demand, stretching lifespan without changing our genes? Cryonics, induced torpor, and metabolic reprogramming may be early steps toward this kind of time management. Let's ask a deeper question. Could we one day live longer by understanding how lifespan works across all scales? Absolutely. By studying how energy use, information transfer, and entropy affect life from the cellular to the planetary level, we may unlock new ways to extend healthy lifespan, not just in humans, but in ecosystems. Aging may be deeply connected to thermodynamic inefficiencies, molecular friction, or information loss across complex systems. But this power comes with new questions. What are the ethical challenges of lifespan engineering? If we extend life dramatically, how do we manage population, resources, and intergenerational equity? If only some have access to longevity technologies, will it divide society even further? As we begin to shift from accepting lifespan to designing it, we also take on the responsibility to use that knowledge wisely. In summary, lifespan is not just a product of biology. It's a consequence of evolution, energy flow, and physical law. From heartbeats to DNA repair, from calorie burning to entropy, life and time are deeply entwined. Understanding how they work together could help us not only live longer, but live smarter. Lifespan refers to the maximum duration an organism can remain alive, but it is not dictated by a singular gene or evolutionary switch. Instead, it emerges from an intricate system of cellular processes, genetic programming, environmental interactions, and biochemical maintenance mechanisms. Evolution does not optimize for long life directly. Rather, it selects for traits that increase the likelihood of gene propagation, often emphasizing early life performance. The duration of life becomes a secondary outcome of how organisms allocate energy across growth, reproduction, and repair. Thus, lifespan is not deliberately programmed, but arises from the broader, systemic architecture of biological functioning. Turtles can live over a century because their slow metabolism and protective lifestyle minimize damage over time. Lifespan is like the runtime of a battery-powered device, not fixed by intent, but by how efficiently energy is consumed and preserved. From an evolutionary perspective, traits that boost reproductive success are strongly favored even if they reduce long-term survival. Organisms face a fundamental trade-off. Energy can be invested in immediate reproduction or in somatic maintenance to ensure future survival. When the likelihood of living to old age is low due to predation or environmental hazards, evolution often favors early reproduction at the cost of bodily upkeep. This strategy minimizes investment in repair mechanisms that would only benefit the rare few who live long. Therefore, aging and limited lifespan are frequently accepted outcomes of maximizing reproductive efficiency. Pacific salmon reproduce once in a massive burst of energy and then die shortly thereafter, having expended their somatic resources. Like a fireworks display that dazzles in one brilliant flash, but leaves nothing behind to sustain itself. Lifespan is closely tied to body size through well-established biological scaling laws, which describe how metabolic rates change with mass. Larger animals typically have slower metabolisms and reduced cellular turnover, leading to less cumulative damage over time. Smaller organisms operate at a higher metabolic rate, accumulating oxidative damage faster and aging more rapidly. These physical constraints apply across species regardless of evolutionary pressures, indicating that physics plays a fundamental role. The rate at which energy is consumed ultimately sets a boundary on how long biological systems can function effectively. Elephants live far longer than mice, partly because their massive bodies burn energy slowly and sustain less oxidative stress. A slow-burning candle outlasts a bright flame, not because it's better designed, but because it consumes fuel more deliberately. Biological systems resist entropy by using energy to maintain order, but this process is inherently imperfect. Over time, metabolic activity produces free radicals and other damaging byproducts that gradually degrade DNA, proteins, and cellular structures. Although organisms have repair systems, such as enzymes and antioxidants, these systems themselves deteriorate with age. Eventually, the accumulation of molecular damage exceeds the capacity for repair, leading to aging and death. This aging process is governed not just by evolution, but by chemical kinetics and thermodynamic principles. Naked mole rats exhibit remarkable resistance to oxidative damage, contributing to their unusually long lifespan for their size. Like a carefully maintained engine that runs for decades, it still wears down slowly from heat and friction. Specific genetic pathways, such as mTOR, IGF-1, sirtuins, and FOXO govern the balance between growth, stress resistance, and cell maintenance. These genes evolved primarily to optimize early life survival and reproduction, with their effects on aging being secondary. Mutations or downregulation in these pathways often result in increased lifespan, but usually at the cost of reduced fertility or delayed development. Lifespan is thus not directly encoded but influenced by how these regulatory systems respond to environmental and nutritional cues. Evolution tends to select gene configurations that work well early in life, even if they promote aging later. Disabling the DAF2 gene in C. elegans doubles its lifespan by shifting the organism into a maintenance-focused metabolic state. Like putting a sports car into economy mode, it lasts longer, but at the expense of speed and performance. The environment acts as a selective filter, determining which lifespan traits are advantageous. In habitats with high predation or instability, early reproduction is favored because survival to old age is rare. In contrast, species in safer or more stable niches benefit from longevity and delayed reproduction. This ecological context defines the value of lifespan and dictates how evolution shapes energy allocation strategies. Thus, lifespan is not universally extended or limited, but adapted to specific environmental pressures. Bats live unusually long lives for their size because their ability to fly greatly reduces predation, allowing natural selection to favor longevity. A well-guarded treasure lasts longer than one left in the open. It survives because its environment allows it to. Lifespan emerges from the integration of numerous systems, genetic, metabolic, environmental, and physical, without being explicitly selected as a single trait. Evolution tunes parameters like repair efficiency, reproduction timing, and energy usage, but does not assign a target lifespan. The result is an emergent trait, how long an organism remains viable before its systems degrade. While selection can influence longevity, it does so indirectly through pressure on traits that only secondarily affect lifespan. Consequently, aging and lifespan are not chosen outcomes, but rather the aggregate of systemic dynamics. Hydra can regenerate their cells indefinitely under lab conditions, effectively escaping aging, but are still vulnerable to predation in the wild. Like a bridge built to last, but not necessarily meant to stand forever, its endurance is a byproduct of how it was built and used. Modern biomedical research explores how to extend lifespan by manipulating biological mechanisms previously shaped by evolution. Interventions like CRISPR gene editing, caloric restriction mimetics, and senolytics can influence aging pathways and restore youthful functions. These interventions often succeed by boosting repair, reducing inflammation, or reprogramming epigenetic markers. However, they also risk unintended consequences such as cancer or infertility, reflecting the complex trade-offs in evolved systems. While we may eventually engineer longer life, doing so requires navigating constraints imposed by millions of years of evolutionary balancing. Yamanaka factors have been used in mice to rejuvenate cells and improve organ function without inducing cancer. A key advance in reprogramming aging, like updating the firmware on an old device, it can boost performance, but only if done without disrupting core functions. Lifespan is not selected in isolation, but results from a balance of reproduction, repair, environmental hazard, and energetic cost. Evolution prioritizes early health success, and aging is often an acceptable side effect of that strategy. Physical laws limit how fast energy can be used and how damage accumulates, while genetic systems mediate repair and decay. The result is not an optimized plan, but a functional compromise shaped by natural and physical constraints. Understanding this allows us to consider extending life not by rewriting evolution, but by working within its framework. The Greenland shark lives over 400 years because of an exceptionally slow metabolism and a cold, low-risk habitat, like a low-traffic road that lasts for centuries, not because it was built for that, but because nothing wears it down.